Hello friends, I am Sanjay Gupta. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss about 1D array. First, we have to understand what is array. An array is a collection of more than one elements. Before array, you all have used variables. So you all know one variable can store one value. So if we want to store more than one elements, then we can use array. Second is array stores similar type of elements. It means if we declare integer type of array, it will store only integer elements. If we declare float type of array, it will only store float elements. Third point is all elements of array store under a single variable. It means we can store all the elements inside a single variable in case of array. Fourth point is all elements of array store continuously in memory. Now, what is need of an array? So if we study first point, if we store more than one values in a variable, then it only stores the last value. That is, one variable can store one value at a particular time. So this statement is quite simple. We can only store one value inside a particular variable. So solution of this problem is second point. If we want to store more than one values, then we can declare more than one variables. So this statement says we can store more than one values into more than one variables at same time. But the problem is if we have several values, so we have to declare several variables. So if we want to reduce number of variables, then we can go for third point, which says in case of array, we can store more than one values in single variable at same time. So if we compare all these three statements, third statement is beneficial because here we are using only one variable to store more than one elements. Now types of array. There are total three types of array. 1D array. 1D array is a collection of more than one elements. Second is 2D array, which is the collection of more than one 1D arrays. And third one is 3D array, which is the collection of more than one 2D arrays. So starting with 1D array, first we have to understand the declaration. So in this declaration, first we have to use data type. After data type, we can use name of an array, and inside square brackets we have to specify size of the array. So we can understand this declaration with the help of these three examples. Here first statement is int a of 10, second is float b of 10, and third one is character c of 10. And the memory which is going to be allocated for these arrays is written adjacent with the declaration of array. We can also study the note which is written below. We can declare any type of array. So here total three types of declarations are available, which are integer, float or character. We can also declare array of long int type, double type and any other data type which is available in C. Next is memory allocation. So if we declare an array which is of size 10 and of integer type, so here is the memory allocation for this array. Total 10 blocks are available and each block is assigned an index value. So what is index? An index is used to access location of an array uniquely. Why we require index? Because in case of array, there are only one variable. So if we want to access a particular location, then we have to attach an index number with the name of an array. We can understand this with the help of example. So first example is a of 9 equals to 50. It means we are going to assign 50 inside the index number 9. Second example is x equals to a of 3. It means we are going to assign value of third index into x. So we can use index number at the right hand side of equals to sign as well as at the left hand side of equals to sign. Next one is initialization. So what is initialization? It means if we want to assign values to a variable at the time of its declaration is known as initialization. So there are total 5 statements. So first statement is quite simple. Here size of array is 5 and we are assigning total 5 elements. So it is okay. Second statement, here we have not provided any size, but we are assigning total number of elements which are 5. So this statement is also okay because the total number of elements will be equals to the size of array. The third statement is int a and square brackets are empty and we are not assigning any elements inside this array. So this statement is not okay because compiler will not identify how much memory is to be allocated. Now fourth statement, here size is 2 but we are going to initialize total 5 elements. So this statement is also not okay. And last statement, size is 5 but we are initializing 2 elements. So this statement is okay because size is more and number of elements are less. Next is reading of an array. As we know that in case of array we have one variable, so we can repeat this variable using for loop and we have to change only index number of this array, which we have done with the help of this loop. So loop is started with 0 and the condition is less than 10. So this loop will repeat 10 times from 0 to 9 and it will read 10 individual numbers from the user. Next is printing of an array. So to print this array we have used printf statement and again we are using a of I, and this printf statement will be repeated 10 times with the help of this loop. Now we are going to understand the use of array with the help of this example. So the program is sum of an array. We are going to read some elements from the user and we are trying to add those numbers so that we can identify sum of all the elements. So in this program we can easily see that this is the declaration of an array. Using this for loop, total 10 elements will be read from the users, and with this for loop we are going to add all these numbers inside the variable s. After completion of second loop, this printf statement will print the result of s, which is sum of these 10 numbers. So what is the benefit of array here? Suppose we want to add 100 numbers or we want to add 1000 numbers. So if we want to add 100 numbers, we have to use 100 different variables. If you want to add 1000 numbers, we have to use 1000 variables. But in case of array, if we want to convert this program to add 100 or 1000 numbers, we simply can modify the size of array, which is 10 now. We can convert it into 100 or 1000. So this is the benefit of array. Second program, it says count how many elements are even and how many are odd in array. So declaration is simple. To read elements, we are using for loop along with scanf statement. To count even and odd numbers, we are using if statement inside for loop. So you all know the condition to check even or odd elements. We have to divide an element by 2. So here we are going to divide a of I, means element of array, by 2. If it is divisible by 2, then the variable even will increase its value by 1. Otherwise, the variable odd will increase its value by 1. After completion of second loop, this printf statement will print the result of counted even numbers and counted odd numbers on the console. Next program, which says sum of two 1D arrays into third 1D array. It means in this program we have to declare 3 individual 1D arrays, which are A, B and C. Using this first loop, we are going to read first array. Using this second loop, we are going to read second array. With the help of this third loop, we are adding values of A array with B array and we are trying to assign addition of these A and B array inside C array. After completion of this third loop, the fourth loop will print the values of C array, which is the addition of A and B. So we can also use more than one arrays of similar or different types in one program. Now this is your time. You have to practice all these programs so that you can understand the use of array. So first program is to print reverse of an array. Second program is to find out maximum from an array. Third is to find out minimum from an array. Fourth one is to search whether a particular element is available in array or not. And last program is to swap values of two 1D arrays. So do practice of these programs so that you can understand the working of 1D array very well. Thank you.